All right, everyone, welcome to Simply Bitcoin, the channel that breaks down all the daily Bitcoin news from Twitter, the daily fail, the daily meme review, the software releases, and on occasion, the websites by plebes. Drop us a like and subscribe. Today, we've got another special guest, fellow Bitcoiner and meme lord, RDBTC is joining us. So we're going to go right into the numbers. Here we go.
Clock Moody Dashboard.
We're currently at a block height of 662,676. Current Bitcoin price 23,570. We were higher last night. Chain rewrite days 619, and the total lightning capacity steady 1,060.42 Bitcoin. So,
man, Bitcoiners are never happy. No. But these prices, this consolidation level is absolutely nuts. And for anyone who's wondering why I'm holding a rubber chicken, his name is Satoshi the Bitcoin Chicken, and he clucks every time the price of Bitcoin is at an all-time high, which wasn't today. So you're going to have to wait to hear what Satoshi the Chicken sounds like. Phil, it's time for
the Daily Fail. So here, right, after we're seeing, the Michael Saylors and the Mass Mutuals and, all these companies that are, disclosing their plans to acquire Bitcoin or the Bitcoin they have acquired, this Putz comes out with this. Billionaires would do well to complement their boastful BTC positions with a silent purchase of shielded ZEC or anonymized DCR. I'll follow the 21 million meme, all quality. Anyways, this is just total crap. Okay.
Yeah.
Again, this is just quickly, this is the whole, relaying the properties by comparison. It's like, so you introduce these shit coins and now it's like, but look, they're like Bitcoin. They're not.
Yeah. And I just want to say that Zcash is not private, right? Because it has privacy by option, which means the majority of the people don't pick the privacy option, which means that the pool of the people actually using the privacy option makes it very obvious to kind of figure out who's using privacy. I think the only privacy coin that's worth its 2 feet, but still doesn't even compare. It doesn't even come close to Bitcoin would be Monero. It doesn't even mention that. It would be a terrible idea to hold Monero, right? But man, it's like he's a shitcoiner. He's a shitcoiner, and he's trying to peddle fucking shitcoins to the majority of the people. And I hope he goes to hell, just like Brad Garlinghouse is about to go to jail very, very soon. RD, what are your thoughts on all this?
Wow, what the fuck is that stuff anyway, man? That isn't gonna store your value. That isn't going to store your value, so forget about it. That's
definitely
what I say.
Agreed.
Yeah.
And I just want to add one thing though. Don't they have some kind of a scheme where like you're always paying the founders or something like that?
Yeah, man.
Is that not every shitcoin?
Yeah, exactly. Right, exactly.
Everything that Bitcoiners have been saying about XRP, about how they sell their supply to fund operations, was just vindicated yesterday. Okay, it was vindicated, right? Bitcoiners were proven wrong. Wrong. What am I saying? Right once again, right? So yeah, man. RD, what are your thoughts on this whole this whole XRP debacle?
Well, none of it comes as a surprise to me, and so many people that I know that are new to crypto are always asking, what's this XRP thing? Is that going to go up the same as Bitcoin? Like, forget it. And I just get so tired of explaining why it's never going to do the same thing. It's not the same as Bitcoin. It's centralized shit. So yeah, I can just send that article now, and let's just watch the whole thing burn down, because that's what's going to happen to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's the first, it's the first card to fall down in the house of cards. Absolutely. And Phil, I think it's time for
the daily meme review.
All right, so we were kind of bashing on Ripple. Ripple just kind of, took a giant dump on everyone. They've been taking a giant dump, but they just got discovered they've been dumping on everybody. So let's just add to that. Why not? Shall we? Let's do this. Oh, by the way, this meme is brought to us by Boogie Crypto, and his handle is at Boogie Crypto. Let's check it out.
To show you the power of
the SEC.
I solved this
Chart.
in half. Hi, Phil Swift here. That's a lot of damage. That's a lot of damage. How about a little more? No, that's a lot of damage. To show you the power.
Okay, man.
Okay.
That was a good meme. That was a good meme. Phil, I'm gonna give that a 9. What about you? And then our guest.
I'm gonna go slightly lower, but in the same ballpark. I'm going with 8.7 because there was a lot of laughs, and I think a good amount of people know about the Flex Seal guy. So
that guy's epic. What about you, Mr. RD?
I'd give it a 9 actually. Yeah. The only thing I'd change about that is instead of "don't try this at home," I'd say "don't buy this at home."
Nice.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's a good meme. I like that.
Solid scores all around. I like that. And Phil, it's time for the Daily News, sponsored by Crypto Cloaks. All right, so guys, again, it's one of those days that it's a little slow, but I saw this article and I thought it was really cool. And it's a glimpse to, I think, the future that we are inevitably heading to. So this tournament platform pays Call of Duty players via Lightning. I think this is so cool. I think video games, in my bio description, my personal bio description, it literally says, "I mine Bitcoin, I game, and I make simply Bitcoin," right? So this is one of the things that I do with my life, man. And when I heard this is so cool. So tournaments on Hangar 6, according to this article, that's the platform, currently provide payouts of 50,000 sats per game. They directly connect to Call of Duty's API to automate the process, right? So I guess when you sign up for this platform and you win a tournament, you win something like that, you win 50,000 sats. And I feel like Bitcoin and video games, because it's all in internet gaming, it's all on the internet, I feel like it's a match made in heaven. So when I read that article, it's just like, of course they're going to do that. And it's really cool that someone is actually taking the initiative to do that. Phil, what are your thoughts about this? And we'll move on to our guest.
Yeah, I think this is huge. I think that this is natural. Right. It's a perfect fit. Gaming is, obviously esports. Right. And why shouldn't you be getting paid in Bitcoin? Right. The native money for the internet. I just want to add also, there is somebody else as well that's developing an API for this. I believe it's called CoinJerk. Okay. And it's really cool stuff. It's exactly like this. It allows people to get paid, via Lightning, or, let's say their like their Twitch feed and stuff like that. So this is really, really cool stuff. And I think that it is the future. So this is bullish, and it's just going to add another layer to Bitcoin.
Exactly. It's just another it's another reason why Bitcoin's the best is going to win. RD, what are your thoughts on all this?
Man, I need to find some time to start gaming again. Yeah, sats are perfect for gamers, aren't they? Sats are perfect for gamers, and we're I think like we're moving into an era where, well, we used to pay for games, now they're all free, and the next era is we start getting paid to play games. That's how it's going to go, I reckon. Mm-hmm. So yeah, that'd be cool. Yeah,
Bitcoin and Lightning is perfect for that. It's like a match made in heaven. It's super quick. It's efficient. It's none of that. Like it's just perfect, right? So this is super bullish, and I want to move on to our next piece of news. And man, this has been happening for a while now, but I would say this is like kind of the final nail in the coffin. Now it's without a shadow of a doubt. Very simple, guys. We've been covering this for a while now, and I'm just going to say it. 2020 is the year Bitcoin went institutional, right? And, Plan B, we've mentioned him before in the past. We're not a big fan of his price speculation and his price predictions, but what we do agree with, one component that we do agree with is that in this epoch, Bitcoin is going to be different than the last epoch. The last epoch was retail, right? And this epoch is going to be institutional. This is not a very good publication, but look, behind the Financial Times also wrote an article that was named 2020 the year Bitcoin went institutional. They're behind the paywall. They will go obsolete, but that's fine. Michael Saylor also essentially making his case on Fox Business, basically saying Bitcoin is an institutional grade safe haven asset and solution to the store of value problem faced by everyone. We've reported Mass Mutual, JP Morgan officially giving price predictions. Citibank was giving price predictions. You're seeing all these hedge funds, all these insurance companies flooding to Bitcoin. I think it's safe to say that Bitcoin has definitely been hit by the legacy financial institutions. They're definitely riding all the way in, but Bitcoin is different. First of all, because it allows you to take sovereignty over your wealth, and so they can't completely rehypothecate it. And also, there's not enough to go around for them, right? So the pie is only so big, and there's not enough Bitcoin to go around. And I know, speaking for myself, and I know for Phil for sure, we're not going to sell any, right? So I don't know where these institutions are going to get, this money. I think that they think that they're going to be able to control Bitcoin. You can't control Bitcoin; it controls you. So, what are your thoughts on this, Phil? And then we'll move on to our guest.
I think you bring up an interesting point about the rehypothecation, right? I think that unfortunately, what they're going to do is end up creating, we'll call them financial devices, because they're really just fucking bullshit at the end of the day. Excuse my language, but they're going to create, these financial devices like we currently have right now, and I think that it's going to be built on the hopes, essentially, that the Bitcoin price keeps climbing, and that should cover their costs and stuff like that. So this is going to be interesting. This is going to be very interesting because right now institutions get to print their own way. It's very different. You have a lender of last resort. You have somebody that will always lend you money till the end, as opposed to in Bitcoin. Well, when you run out of it, there's no lender of last resort. You need to have something to buy more Bitcoin with, or something producing Bitcoin. So this is, 2020, I definitely see that it is the year of institutions, but I think it's also going to be the year that institutions realize that they're going to have to playbook to adapt to Bitcoin maybe a bit.
Exactly. They're going to have to adapt to Bitcoin. Yeah. And that's the counter argument against rehypothecation. I think Caitlin Long brought that up as well, Phil, is a very good point, where these institutions operate under the assumption that if they really mess up, the federal government will bail them out, right? Yeah. But you can't get bailed out with Bitcoin. There is no institution. There's no government or anything that's going to give you that. So if an institution inevitably does rehypothecate and there's a bank run, right, or there's a Bitcoin run, right, man, they're going to have to cover it. There's no one they're either going to have to buy it to cover it, right? So there's no one to run to and say, Fed, please give us money. We're in trouble, right? So they're definitely going to have to definitely change for Bitcoin. And Mr. RD BTC, what are your thoughts on the institutionalization of Bitcoin, or the institutions going into Bitcoin, I'd rather say?
RIP zombie corporations. They are fucked. Because they're not going to get bailed out. Money printer is not going to go burr for them anymore when we're on a Bitcoin standard. So they better start acting fast, really. But yeah, institutions, corporations, they're coming in. I say to people that are like, friends, family that are just starting to buy Bitcoin now, I say, they don't believe me. I say it's going to 1 million, it's going past 1 million. And they're like, how? And I say, well, it's not going to be the plebs like us. It's the corporations, it's the institutions buying millions, billions that's what's taken us to the moon. So.
Absolutely, and we've been seeing that develop tremendously this year, right? It's just we've been covering it for the last month, but officially today, I think it's safe to say that the dam is burst, and you're just gonna see this continue. Phil, there was a software release today. Why don't you tell everybody about it?
Software releases. Oh, let's take a look. What do we got? All right, so it looks like I hope I pronounced this right. It's ACINQ Phoenix or ACINQ Phoenix version 1.4.4 was released, and the details and link will be in the show notes down below.
Awesome. Thank you, Phil. Guys, thank you so much for tuning into another episode of Simply Bitcoin. I just want to give a shout out to our guest. He is another meme lord, right? This is the second meme lord we've had on the show. If you guys want some dank Bitcoin only memes, that's the only way we do it. You can go follow him at RD_BTC. We will put that also down in the link description, as well as pop it up. If you guys like the show, you know what to do. If you guys love the show, subscribe and hit that little notification bell. Ding, ding, ding. We'll see you on the next one, guys. Peace out.
Peace. Thanks for having me.